look like you playing me. Is it safe to be thinking that you could ever get over on me? I'm a rebel of this game, so ain't no rules if he finds me. Y'all a felon in this industry. Y'all misdemeanors, tell me smart, I'm new.
Yo, what is up, everybody? This is your man, Next Icon. This is, as always, on Monday at 8 o'clock, the ICON Chronicles, and I am the man in charge, Next Icon. And for those that are unaware, I do this every Monday at 8 o'clock. Next Icon is an acronym. No excuses. I can overcome negativity. Negativity. I apologize for that. So, what we're not going to talk about tonight is we're not going to talk about Will Smith. We're not going to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith. We're not going to talk about Chris Rock. Now, I've had people that have asked me, what is my opinion of what is going on and over what has happened? I do not watch any of the award shows because it's, to me, it's all political mumbo jumbo, and you know, it is what it is. That's just my opinion. You know, if you went to the award show, you'll knock yourself out. That's just not me. But in my official statement on the incident is that I do not get involved in business that is not mine. Therefore, I have no opinion. I have no comment. I have nothing to say about it at all whatsoever because it's not my business. I don't know Will Smith. I don't know Chris Rock. I don't know Jada Pinkett Smith. We don't hang out. We don't go to dinner together. We don't go to clubs together. I'm in Atlanta. They in Hollywood doing whatever they do in Hollywood. It's none of my business. Point blank. And I feel that way about pretty much everything. Anything that goes on in Hollywood, anything that goes on social media that involves putting people's business out there, don't ask me what I think, yo. I don't care. It's none of my business. I have my own business to attend to. I have my own agenda that I need to be focused on. So being in somebody else's business is not my business. You feel me? That's the basics of it. If it don't affect my living, my breathing, my going to work in the morning, and if it don't affect me making my music and doing my acting, I don't care. No, it ain't got nothing to do with me. And if it ain't got nothing to do with you, oh, let them folks be who they be. Let them folks do what they do. Handle your business. You got other things far more pressing in your life to be concerned about than what's going on in Hollywood, unless them is your people. Again, that's just my opinion on the whole subject matter. That's all I got to say about it. I ain't got no opinions except I stay out of other folk business. So now that that has been said, let's get on to the ICON Chronicles business. On March 30th, if y'all tuned in a little bit earlier, y'all might have heard a little snippet of my newest release called Stay, which is available now on all music platforms. Especially, I got to give them a shout out to Distro Kid because they've been good to me. Either Distro Kid, CD Baby, yo, if you're an independent artist, these are two very good avenues to get your stuff out there. Distro Kid has been real good to me thus far, so I have no complaints with them. I've released one album and six singles on the Distro Kid website, so it's all good. They give you your ISRC number for your track. They give you a UPC number for your track. So if you are an independent artist, singer, rapper, spoken word artist, and you're doing live recordings, Distro Kid, CD Baby is the way to go. That's the two companies that I've been with for the longest. Well, I've been with CD Baby for the longest, and Distro Kid, we've got a pretty good thing going on too. So if you're independent, those are two good avenues to go to get your stuff out, to be heard, and to get yourself marketed. You got to do the legwork. But y'all know what the deal is. If you want to ever call in and be a guest, the number here is 470-251-9886. Again, this is every Monday night, unless I'm going on vacation or something, or I got a filming to do or rehearsal or something like that. I'm right here every Monday from 8 to 10, from 8 to 9. Rocking the hat. If y'all like the Kuntar music hat, you got to get you one. Represent. Know what I'm saying? Represent. Holla at me. Got t-shirts too. So t-shirts, music, yo. What you looking for? I got you to hook up for Kuntar Music and Next Icon Gear. Holla at your boy. Today is this month is National Poetry Month. So if you are a poet, if you are a spoken word artist, and you are listening, or anybody out there is listening and knows somebody that does poetry or does spoken word, hit them up, tell them to come on and let the world hear what they got. This is the platform. This is what the Icon Chronicles is about. It's about promoting anybody and anything legally, morally, and ethically that's creative and independent. Excuse me, y'all. I got allergies that's kicking in. This spring sounds like it's finally getting here, so it's gonna sound like I'm a dope fiend, but I'm not, y'all. But back to the basics. This is National Poetry Month. So what I'm gonna do, since I do poetry, is I'm going to promote myself. Now, anybody that has been listening or anybody that does know me, they know that not only am I an actor, not only am I an artist, not only am I a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, a business owner, I am an occasional spoken word artist. I got to get back into that. I know I got to get back out here. This pandemic be having that nigga kind of shaky sometimes, but I got to get back out there and do the spoken word thing. I've done a couple events, um, but I am also a poet. But above all of that, in tune with all of that, I am also an author. I have 5 books, 3 novels, and 2 books of poetry. And I am in the process of trying to complete my 6th book, which is called Across the River. And I will tell y'all what it's about, but I ain't quite finished with it yet. So I'm gonna wait till I get closer to being done, and I might go into it a little bit more. But if you are aware and if you check me out online, excuse me, y'all, I hate to do this, but I ain't gonna blow. But anybody that know that have a runny nose and all of that, you know how annoying that is. But the first 2 books is called Love for the Game, which is a gangster novel. Part 1 and part 2 is Love for the Game, book 1. There's Love for the Game, Balls in My Word, which is a continuation of the first one. And once I get done with Across the River, hopefully, I mean, I've already got it started, but hopefully I can focus and complete the final chapter of Love for the Game, which is entitled Love for the Game End Game. So for right now, that's where I'm at. But today's, again, this month is National Poetry Month. If any of y'all are like me, it is hard to keep up with all of these days and events, and like it's hard enough keeping up with the ones that we do know. Memorial Day, Labor Day, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day. What else do we got? President's Day, Columbus's idiotic day. You know, all these days, and then you got then they threw in what Sweethearts Day, Kids Day, um, Secretary's Day, Dog Day, Cat Day, Hamster Day, Snake Day, Ferret Day, the mouse that live in the wall day, the lizard that runs up and down the wall day. It's a day for everything now, so it's hard to keep track of all of them. But today, this is National Poetry Month. So again, let me start with the first one because this is the one that started it. You can find these books online. This is the first one. This is called Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 1. This is the very first book. And anybody that recognizes that street there, if you don't recognize that street, then you ain't from Grand Rapids. I'm going to tell you that right now because that is Grand Rapids, Michigan. That is the corner of Delaware and Jefferson in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you know that, then you know that. If you don't, then you ain't from where I'm from, and it don't matter. But it's all good. Anyway, So this is the book one. Got this brother right here on the back. He look alright. He alright. He cool. He cool sometimes, I guess. But if you go online, you can find these books. Any of my books, just type in next icon. Type in love for the game. Type in brutal. Brutal is the third book, which I can go into that one. That is a psychological thriller where the lead one of the lead characters, he is a psychopathic killer. He is not only a psychopathic killer, but he kidnaps people from around Atlanta. He tortures them. He makes them do an assortment of things. Um, and at the same time, he is also, I guess, kind of paranoid schizo because he has a separate personality of which he's also fighting with, and they're both fighting for control of this one body. So you never know from instant to instant which one you're dealing with. They have arguments between each other as well, and some of the characters from Love for the Game do appear in Brutal as well. So now, when I talk about Love for the Game and the difference between Love for the Game series and Brutal, Brutal is written in the typical fashion of a novel. You know, the standard way of writing a novel, I guess, if you want to call it standard. It's written in that way, where the character, you'd say what the character's doing and all the characters are doing and all of that sort of thing. The Love for the Game series is all written in first person, which means that I am writing in the mind of each and every single character in the book. Well, the majority, all of the main characters, I'm writing from their perception as to how they see things going on. So it's not next icon was walking down the street and he saw an open window and he looked in to see what was going on. Is I was walking down the street and I saw an open window and I went and looked to see what was going on. So everything is written from the perspective of the character. So that's the difference between Brutal and Love for the Game. Across the River is also written in the same context. So again, if you want to check out the books, they are online. You can go to lulu.com. That is www.lulu.com/ next icon, NXICO. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's www.lulu.com/spotlight. One word, spotlight / next icon. And you can find everything that I've written right there. So again, today is Monday. It is April 4th, I do believe, if my timing and my memory serves me correct. I've been a busy weekend. Um, it is, and again, this is National Poetry Month, and I am going to highlight some of my poetry from both of my books tonight. And if you know anyone that does spoken word or poetry, the number to call in is 470-251-9886. Have them hit me up, ask for the link, and I'll bring them on. And where else you gonna go that you can let the world hear what you got? If you're saying that you want to do this is your opportunity to do it. So this is my give back to my entertainment creative industry of providing a platform for you to be seen and for you to be heard. So, speaking of which, anybody that has any material, music wise, spoken word wise, comedic wise, Next Icon Radio is going to be making a comeback, and I'm going to be looking for people to feature on my radio station. Again, it's not a matter of me deciding whether you're good or great or whether you suck or not. My job is to simply play the music and to let the listeners decide what they like and who they like. So if you send me your music, of course, there's a small inclusion fee, and it's real small, $5 fee per song, and it's on the air. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and listen to it and say, you know what? Nah, it's not good enough. No, this is not my decision. My job as a DJ on the radio is to play your music. If you send it to me, play it. Let the world decide what they think about it. Because what I like, somebody might hate, and what I hate, somebody might love. We don't know until we get it out there. You feel me? Um, anything else that I need to add before we get into this National Poetry Month that popped up all of a sudden? Um, stay tuned. Coming up pretty soon is the fourth installment of the Malcolm series. It was initially titled Interrogating Malcolm, but they have recently changed it to Confessing Malcolm. So look out for that on YouTube, written by my man Chadwick Whitmire, and it's featuring myself as Detective Harrelson, Joel Rogers as Detective Swain, Alex Javo as Malcolm. And I would tell you what it's about, but I ain't trying to give it away. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go on YouTube and you're gonna have to type in. I'll tell you what. Type in "Chasing Malcolm," and that will lead you to the episodes prior to "Chasing Malcolm." When Joel and I are featured in that particular episode, I believe that's episode 2. So check it out and hit up my man Chadwick Whitmire and let him know what you think about the series. There's going to be something coming up with that later, and I'll be keeping you all informed as to what's going on with that. If you are on TikTok, follow me on TikTok at Next Icon and check out my series. It's an impromptu improv series called So It's On. And I am playing the majority of the characters outside of the one. There is I brought in a female friend of mine by the name of Miss Tammy Bailey. And before I get into this, let me explain something to y'all. Now, I asked 4 different women to be a part of this project. And Tammy was the 5th person. The reason why I didn't ask Tammy right away is because I know that she'll do it. If I ask her to do something for me, she'll do it without question. But I asked 4 other women to play this role for me, and I sent them what needed to be done, and nobody responded. They all got it, and they said, "I'll get it to you on such and such a day. I'll get it to you in such and such a time." And I didn't hear from anybody. And I'm not going. I'm not a person. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Like, I have a son, and when he was younger, the rule was I only say something to you 2 times. If I got to say something to you a 3rd time, then we got a problem. I'm the same way with grown folks. I don't like repeating myself, especially since you are grown. If you don't get it the first time, there's something wrong with your mental capacity, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not even going. I'm not even going to deal with it. So, you know, I had the idea in my mind, and I approached some people that said that they wanted to do it, they were excited to be a part of it. And when I sent them the information, I got nothing. So I went and I asked Tammy, can you do this role for me? And again, it's a freestyle role. Like, all you had to do is I sent you my side of the conversation, and all you had to do was respond any way that you wanted to. It's real simple, real basic. And it took me going through 5 different people before I got somebody that I knew would do it if I asked. I knew it, but I wanted to give somebody else an opportunity. The opportunity is still open because this is it's an ongoing series. So anybody that wants to be a part of So It's On, follow me on TikTok at Next Icon. Hit me up. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram and tell me that you want to be a part of it, because like I'm going to be working on episode 9 pretty soon, which is going to be a trip. It's a freestyle thing, man. And if I ask you to be a part of it and you say that you want to be a part of it, keep your word, G. Real simple. Just keep your word. Everybody wants to do something out here, but then when the opportunity arises, then y'all want to flake. Keep on flaking. flakes blow away. You feel me? And I will let you blow the hell away. Because I ain't finna chase you. We all grown. I don't even chase kids no more. So, but anyway, we finna get into this National Poetry Month. And I'm gonna start out with the one that started the poem that started it all. I was actually going to ITT for computer engineering, electronic technology, and I wrote a poem that hit me one day, and somebody told me to enter it in some of the contest this poetry contest that ITT was running. So I entered it in and I won. Go figure. So it I held on to it for a while, but then I had things going on in writing. Writing is one of my ways of dealing with issues that I have going on with me. When I get frustrated, when I get mad, when I'm feeling in a certain way, I write. I record something to get it out of my system. And a friend of mine, well, I don't know what our status is at this time, but at the time, um, they saw some of my work, and she wasn't the only person to say anything. There was a few people that had said something about it, and they kept saying that I should write a book of poetry, and I was like, nah. I write stuff, I write music, I write books, but poetry, I don't know, because that's kind of personal. But I let them convince me into doing it, and it turned into Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, which um, Tammy was the creator of the title, because I had no idea what to call it, and we kicked it around, and she came up with this title, and I flowed with it. So Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 1. And it's the smaller version, but dang, I keep blocking the microphone. This is Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 2. And I'm on the fence about doing a Volume 3. So I might do one. I have no idea, but those are the two that I have right now. But I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to start off with with the poem that started it off for Confessions from the Flip Side of Love. And it's in the book, it's called Confession 1, and it's called Destiny. So now that I've gone through all of that, here we go. This is Destiny. Who told you that I couldn't achieve? Put the key to my destiny in your hands and tell me that you don't believe in me or my cause. Where is that law written that I need you to determine my rise or my fall? Considering that you've made no move to progress your level, too busy with mine, being all in my business, claiming to be a friend, looking out for my best interests. With so many paths to lead me on, full of nothing but traps and roadblocks to block me, sometimes friends are worse than enemies. So you know where you stand with the enemy, but not a friend in wolf's clothing. Holding a dagger to your back in the shape of a pat for a job well done meant to hold you back. My brother, my sister when you in my presence, but behind closed doors and in corners filled with regret and resentment for my goal, my idea that came to fruition. I took a stand, made a move that out of hate you chose to spread venom in my midst, thinking that it would pause me. But I saw through your smoke screen, changed my direction and let your hate motivate me. After years of prejudice, oppression, and hatred for the color of my skin and whatever, you think I wouldn't find a way to flip that negative energy into a positive philosophy? Look at where we come from. Too strong to be weak. Divided and conquered by our own, we are our own worst enemy. Blaming everything on the white man and not the reflection that we see in the mirror every day. Or, hold on here, I'm trying to find where I'm at now. I lost my place now. Or lack of, the reflection that we see in the mirror every day, or lack of motivation. And what we inflict on each other keeps us in that barrel like that crab metaphor, not realizing that the one door we open for another will open many more. So I take my soapbox. Excuse me. So I take to this soapbox every now and then to speak to my enemies and to my so-called friends, hoping to open your eyes to what the real is. See, you can't stop my rise. You can see that in my eyes. But the one thing that would take me by surprise is that when you say that you're my friend, it wouldn't be a lie. Because what comes my way works its way to you. But the whole key to my destiny isn't designed for you. How I rise and fall is by the way that I walk. My stature as a man and the way that I talk to you and as we cross paths in the course of a day, from the smile on my face to the hands I shake. That hug from one brother to another when we pass each other on the block, it's not my job to hate, brother. It's my job to help you raise up over the wall that I made it across. And once I found the gateway, I left behind me a trail so that you all could follow me to your destiny and hold your own key. Because the key to my destiny doesn't lay with you, it lies within me. And that was a poem that started it all. It won me a contest at ITT Tech, and it became the opening statement for Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 1. And again, it prompted me to do book 2. And book 2, um, let me go to back to Volume 1. Volume 1 has pictures behind, and these are pictures that I've taken over the course of time of my travels, from different events, different things that I've seen around Atlanta, pictures from when I went to when I was a field service technician, when I was traveling around the United States. I have pictures from when I was in Florida, pictures when I was in Seattle. I think I have a couple pictures when I was in Grand Forks, North Dakota, of all places. But um, Volume 2 also has pictures in it, and these pictures were supplied by Miss Jaquette Kwashi, who is this year's Atlanta's hottest reigning caterer. And we were good friends for a minute, and I'm not sure as to what happened, that tie was broken, but her pictures, again, same thing. I mean, it's real funny how things work, because the same process with So It's On I went through with Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 2. Is I asked people, I put it on Facebook and everything, that I was looking for up and coming photographers that had pictures that wouldn't mind their pictures being used in a book. Again, nobody responded. All of these photographers on Facebook, all these photographers on Instagram, all these photographers, and everybody's trying to get started and everybody's trying to get seen, and an opportunity arises and people balk at it. So again, I had to go to a friend, Jaquette Kwashi, who was just starting her photography company called Just Q Photography. And since she was instrumental with me helping putting this second book together, I said, send me some of your pictures. So the book, Volume 2, is filled with my poetry, but her photography work. Again, like, I'm going to say this again. Don't complain that there are no opportunities out here. And when people come to you with opportunities, you flake on them. It's not the lack of opportunities. It's your lack of motivation for taking advantage of an opportunity that's put before you. There's a difference. Love for the Game, book 1. Again, one of the characters is a female. She is the girlfriend of the lead character in the book. And I needed a female to put on the cover. Same thing. I reached out to people. What I did is I was looking for a certain look. And I approached women on Facebook that I knew, some of them that I didn't even know. I approached them and I explained to them what I was doing. This is my first book, and I'm trying to design the cover, and I want a female on the cover, and you fit the look. Would you mind being on the cover of a book? Nobody wanted to do it. Why don't you get a model? I didn't want a model. I didn't want a model. I just wanted the average woman to just be on the cover. That was it. You didn't have to be dialed up, no makeup, no nothing. Just you, ordinary. Couldn't get anybody in Atlanta to do it. So my cousin, her name is Sincere, and she had a friend. I believe she stayed in Virginia, and her name was Loretta. Golly, I'm gonna screw her name up. Keisha. Look, I think. Look, I ain't even gonna try it. Anyway, she stays in Virginia. Sincere reaches out to her, says, "I got a cousin that's trying to write a book, and he's looking for a female to be on the cover." She sent me a picture with no problem. She doesn't even know me, just as a referral. She said, "I would love to be on the cover of a book. All I ask for is a copy." Done. Now, what's funny though is that after I did Love for the Game, after I did Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 2, now all of these people showed up, and now everybody wants to be a part of it. It's like it's too late. I already got the girl for the cover of my book. I don't need you. I don't need no. I don't need a photographer anymore for Confessions of Flip Side of Love, Volume 2. I got somebody that supplied me with enough pictures that I'm good. Y'all blow opportunities and then you blame the world for the lack thereof. It's not the world that's against you, it's you that's against yourself. You got to open your eyes and recognize if you are talented and people are coming to you, everybody is not up to something. Like, I don't have any strings attached with anything that I ask. I'm not up to anything. I don't have a hidden agenda. I don't have any ulterior motives. Everything that I do is genuine. Why? Because genuine people are rare. Genuine people damn near don't exist because they're overshadowed by all of the hustlers and the players and the schemers and the plotters. I don't run in that line no more. I ran with people that did that. And when I was younger, yeah, I played the game. But yo, I'm not that dude no more. And a lot of the people that I deal with, they ain't with that. We trying to leave a legacy behind. So playing games and scheming on people and scamming folks, that goes against what it is that we trying to do and what we trying to leave out here. That's not what we want to leave behind. So I approach people out of the genuineness of what it is I'm trying to do because everybody is trying to be seen. Everybody's trying to be heard. Everybody wants to be known. Everybody does not have a plot. Most of us are being plotted against. There's people that don't like me for doing what I'm doing because they thought that I was going to be doing something else. Because I was that nigga. You know, for a long time, people like, nigga, you know what? One of these days we gonna see you on a poster. And for a while, I believed them. But you know what though? How fate works and how life works. I am on a poster. I'm on a few posters, but it's not the poster that everybody thought that it was gonna be. Because I don't blow my opportunities. And the only reason that I have opportunities is because I offer opportunities. So there's no strings attached in dealing with me. There's no strings attached with working with me. What I come to you with is what I come to you with. It's on the level and it's real because I don't know what's going to work for the next person. The person that I help might be the key to the door that I'm trying to get open, and I'm not about to blow that by trying to be shady and scamish and trifling. That gets you nowhere at the end of the day. My loyalty cannot be questioned. You can't. My determination can't be faded. Like I'm almost like the military. Like I do more before 9 o'clock than most of these cats that's running their mouth about what they about to do have done in the whole day because they still talking about what they finna do. Everybody got that finna disease and I'm gonna disease and they ain't doing nothing but sitting up there talking. Open your eyes and recognize, man. Everybody that you meet is not up to no game. Next icon ain't up to no game because number one, being about games, totally, totally, 100% negates next icon. No excuses. I can overcome negativity. How can I be no excuses? I can overcome negativity if I'm supplying and feeding and creating negativity to put on somebody else. How does that work? Anyway, back to National Poetry Month. See, I get started on my little rants because people piss me off because everybody says what they want to do, and then when it comes time to do it, then don't nobody want to do it, and everybody is not, then everybody get in their feelings or whatever. I'm at the point like, yo, I ain't got no time to waste with y'all. Mm. Guess what? Just when I said that, Volume 2 gave me something to take. This is called It Is What It Is. It is what it is, I guess, as I sit back and watch how things go. You say that you're looking for what it is that I have to offer, just not from me because I don't fit the mold. That OG Suave so smooth with my word game, not the athlete or pretty boy, just me. The one you don't notice as you pass by or think that I won't fit the mind's eye of your friends and family because I'm not quite your type in the physical form. No, I don't got it going on. I'm invisible most of the time to you, them, and yours. You get used to it though. It's funny most times to walk in and walk out of life's game and no one bats an eye or cares to notice. My essence out of focus, yeah, I noticed. But hey, life goes on, don't it? Oh, it's cool. It's all right. It's okay. I never quite fit into the world y'all live and play in anyway. See, I see things from the outside of the line, and all the world's a stage of fantasy, make believe, broken promises, and dreams. See, you see what you want and who you want, but what you don't see is these four eyes of mine while you judging me on my size. I'm everything and more because all of you is on my mind. Not just your eyes or your breasts. It's not the money that you have or what I can get. It's all about us, what we build and make together, how we can lay the foundation to create a better future for us as a whole. I see you mind, body, and your soul, but it's your spirit that touched mine. You still don't see me though. See, the stability that you seek, that love you desire, trust, honor, loyalty, and dedication, the epitome of a commitment that they string you along and play with your heart about is everything that I want and bring to the table. But you would never know because I'm not worth your notice. Out of you, I'm out of your view, a nice friend in the zone that you cry your heart to every time he leaves you alone. You don't like it, but you accept it because he fits the mold for you that society accepts, enhances your reputation as I sit here watching the show. I guess it is what it is, ain't it? It's funny. I mean, just running off at the mouth and I'll just flip it through and they hit on that. Let's this is National Poetry Month, so since there are no other poets here in Atlanta, I guess. Let's see what else can I find in volume 2. Oh, here we go. I did this one the other day at one of the events. It's called Can I Learn You? It says, Can I learn you? Take every moment to read the book of you. Read every chapter of every page, of every paragraph, of every sentence, of every word of you. Sit back and picture you in my mind from start to finish. The good, the bad, the hurt, and the pain. Feel everything you felt as I turn every page learning you. Can I study you? What made you smile? What makes you laugh? What made you cry? What hell did you go through and how you survived? To be the woman that you are, I just have to know. So that when the exam comes about you, I pass with flying colors. And if I miss a question, please give me some credit. Yes, I paid every bit of attention, but every man misses something, not intentionally. Please believe me, or please believe that I'm still getting my A in this course, and I am graduating with my PhD in the shape of a ring on the third finger of that right hand with you as my queen. Can I walk you across the stage? Amaze the audience with your essence and how you changed me into a scholar of a husband, a way better man than I was at the beginning before I took your class? Am I bragging too much? Does it sound like I'm boasting? My brother, you would too if you had such a woman that earned every boast, deserved every brag, kept it real, stayed humble, and never let it go to her head. But to have this, to behold such a blessing, is to learn the woman you want. Read her book, learn the lesson, and be sure to ask questions. Then when the time's right, when the feeling is right, you'll be the one on one knee asking, can I? So again, like these are just thoughts that come through my mind, different times of day, different times in the instance that it just pops up. Um, Again, this is National Poetry Month, so I'm taking the time to flaunt my books, Confessions from the Flip Side of Love. I'm currently reading some poetry out of Volume 2. Again, you can find these online, lulu.com / spotlight / next icon, or you can just type in Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, or you can just type in Willie D. Davis the fourth, I think is what it is, and the books will come up. Um, let's go to another one. It's called Soldier. I am a soldier, made in his image to protect you. Your name, your honor, not degrade you. Demean you or break you down, but to build you up, raise you up, put you on the pedestal in my mind above all others. My sisters, my brothers, any other woman, you should be the only one. My star, my moon, my sun. Every dent, scratch, scar on my armor should be and come from defending your honor, your strength, your umbrella, and shield in the storm of these haters and naysayers. Your cover from the whoremongers, hate mongers, and warmongers, back talkers talking out the side of their necks to throw shade on your accomplishments, not joining in the fray against you with them, making you a target. There's no honor in what I was. There's no honor in that. I was designed by him to have your back. Speak strength and power into your spirit and not lack in what you need, because by nature you'll give it back tenfold, maybe 100 to 1,000 times more. After all, we are one, the greatest story ever told. And to behold what we become by the joining of our souls to be of one thought, one power, on one accord. My love, who could want more? Who would dare settle for less? Wallow in the stress and drama where the grass ain't really greener. Excuse me, brother, but have you seen her? Who? The best that has ever graced every chapter of my life. Ever since the very first day, the one that stops time, rhyme, reason, and seasons when she walks this way. Says my name in a way that I feel so blessed that I weathered the storms and passed the test, grabbed the brass ring of life, love, happiness, and tranquility just from her being with me. So you are, is, will always be the dream that I dreamed. And it's my honor and privilege to stand here diligent, your knight, your protector, forever and for always. I'm sorry for any hurt. I apologize for any pain. I'm sorry for every tear, but in the path of truth, it may happen again. I'm far from perfect. I have my flaws. My love for you, though, was unchanging. Die hard, relentless. Look, see, and understand that forever and for always, good, bad, and indifferent, I am your soldier, made in his image to protect you, your life, and your honor. And I will put my life on the wire to see it through, from the mountains to the valleys, from the pits of hell to the gates of heaven. I got you. Now, people may think that it's soft. People may think that it's weak. to write things like this. But I'm gonna tell you something. The hardest nigga out here may have the softest heart, but it's so barricaded and so blocked, and women do it too. It's not just the men, but there's so much concrete and mortar and C4 and sand and everything else built around people's hearts that they don't know how to let go. They don't know how to move forward. And they hold all of that stuff inside. And trust me, at some point in time, holding all of that anger and angst and frustration inside, keeping that heart blocked up and blocked up, you're gonna implode. And you're gonna take it out on people that don't deserve it. See, this is why I write. Because I know that I have that tendency to hold stuff in and to block stuff in, and then it gets to a point that you can't hold it in no more, and then when it comes out, like the whole world is at fault. My suggestion to anybody that's listening to me is that when you start feeling like the world is closing in on you, when you feel like your friends and your man, your woman, or whoever to turn their back on you, and you have no outlet to vent, write it down. Write it down, save it, because one day it might turn into a book. I mean, it's a way of release. Even though you can't yell and scream at the world, or you don't want to yell and scream at the person that irked you or that made you feel a certain way, if you write it, you still getting it out of your system. And putting these books together, that's what it's done. Is it's taken a lot of things that I had inside and it's released it. And I can go back and I can read and I can remember what I was feeling. Now I have a song that I have a song called Ain't My Call. And I released it last year, I believe. And when I heard that song, when I heard the words, like I can't remember what I was going through at that point in time, but just listening to the words, I knew that I was going through something. Like I was on the edge of something. And writing that song, I guess it took it out of my system to the point that I had literally forgot that I had ever felt that way. And when I heard that song, when I was going through my hard drive and listening to old tracks and just seeing what I could do with them, and I heard that, I was like, I gotta put that out there because somebody else is going through this. Somebody is feeling like they at the end of their rope, and that what's going on is not their call. So if you ever get a chance to check that out, check it out. It's called Ain't My Call. And I believe at that point in time, like if I'm listening to the song and I'm catching the vibe that still comes off of that when I hear it, I think that I was on the verge of like just ending it all. Like I was done. I was done. I was fed up. I was through with this world. And I was literally at a breaking point. And instead of letting it break me, I wrote it down, produced a beat, and made a song. And sometimes that's all it takes to just alleviate all of that stress of this world and feeling like the walls are closing in. If you could just get it out of your system in one way, shape, or form, sometimes writing is the way to do it. And you don't even have to let anybody else see it. You can just write it for yourself. I mean, writing is a release for me. And it could be a release for somebody else. You never know until you try it. So, but that's just my suggestion. You know, because I know that I have a lot in my head, I have a lot in my heart, I have a lot in my soul, I have a lot in my spirit, and sometimes all of us don't always agree. And The one thing that we all do agree on is getting it out of us. And writing does that. So let me see. Let's go back to volume one, Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, volume one. And yes, that is my legal name. Yes, Next Icon is just a stage name. So that is my legal name. So you can look up the books under that name and they'll pop up. This one that I'm going to read is called It's Funny. And it is funny now that as I'm just scanning over it, it is funny because I know some folks that this would probably fit outside of myself when I wrote it. So it's funny how some want for something that's already in their face, but because it doesn't fit their view, they ignore it, turn it away. Looking for something that doesn't exist, that's something perfect, perfection that fits the world's vision of what it should be, what it should look like. Not understanding that the world can't figure out its own desires, wants, and needs. I'm just saying. Now, maybe, just maybe, you just may be looking in the wrong places. Not realizing the obvious that is right in front of our faces. Only we would never know because our vision is jaded by six packs and clear skin, big breasts and rear ends. Then we find out for all the looks we sought and thought we found that there's a demon lying within them. Looking past the flat-chested shy chick or the nerdy type whiz kid, or how about that BBW that looks good in the face but is just a little bit too thick? Who are we really to render judgment? What makes us so reverent like there ain't no skeletons in our closets? Some of us got graveyards, let the truth be told. Looking past me, over me, and through me, because I don't fit the mold or design that you had in your mind, while the vision that you wanted lies, cheats, steals, and kicks your behind. Where one would have just held you, caressed you like fine silk, expressed their heart in so many ways to you that it made your insides melt, kissed you with a passion that it made your wet dreams jealous. But you didn't see any of this. Your heart and mind tried to tell you, but your body and your eyes told you different until you saw the light. They led you astray. Oh, you thought the rejected, neglected, ignored would wait? Wait till the rain was gone and the sun cleared and the fog went away? Now that would be crazy. So you got what you asked for. You found what you sought. That dream turned to a nightmare that you're trying to wake from, escape from. Run, Forrest. Run. Just don't knock on my door because ain't nobody home. Judge for my looks, you ignored my heart since I wasn't Hollywood chiseled. She wasn't Hollywood fly. We didn't match up to your criteria. Now you realize that we were the best thing ever. You think you'll get the chance to find out now? Nope, never. See, it's funny how some want for something that's already in their face, but because it doesn't fit their view until it's gone from their view. Ain't that something? So let me see here. There is in book one, in volume one, there are 43 confessions. Let's see. Let's go to confession 22. Let me see here. Confession 22. Confession 22. Now, actually, let's go to, let's see, how many this, let's see, volume two has, let's see, volume two has 47. Has 47 confessions. So let me see. Let's go to 26 here. Oh man, see, I should have put page. See, what I should have done is I should have put page numbers So you learn something every time that you write a book. You learn something different that you should have done, but you know to do it the next time. Let's see who has the power. See, I'm trying to find something here. There we go. Look at that. Next page. So this is called Who Has the Power? Who has the power over your life? We all love to point the finger blaming others for our shortcomings and seeming failures. We seek validation from people who are in no position to validate themselves, and yet we allow their words and judgments to sway decisions that we make on our lives. We put power over us in the hands of people that really don't know what to do with that power. That's why they stutter and stammer when we ask for the input and things that we are more than capable of determining ourselves. We worry about the agreeables, the disagreeables. We worry about the likers, the haters, the naysayers. We worry about everything and everyone but the one that truly counts, the one that truly matters, us. We put so much weight into what others say, are going to say, and to think that we totally forget that the final determination, the final decision is ours and ours alone, regardless of outside influences. Why do we do that? Why do we put that power into someone else's hands? Because if it goes sideways, we could blame the person whom we believe guided us into our decisions. We believe that it somehow exonerates us from any liability in the end result because we simply follow the advice of another. We don't want to accept the personal responsibility of our actions. So, who has the power? Is it you or is it them? So, I'm gonna stick with this one. Um, I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. It's been my time is almost up, so let me go ahead and get this one in. It's called "You Slept on Me." So you slept on me. The alarm went off, but you failed to wake and see what you had in me. An unstoppable force, immovable object standing guard over you constantly, at the risk of losing in you, over you, about you. But it didn't matter to you, because after all, it was all about you. See, I was that hood nigga, thug nigga, ghetto nigga, not good enough for you because of that nigga, but good enough to keep your head covered and have your back regardless. When the world came at you, nigga, thought I was blind to your game and ways. Nah, I was trying to make you see. You didn't have to be that way no more. I gave you the heart and soul of this thug nigga, and you threw it away for what? Not realizing that the games I played, the hustles I made weren't plots on your heart. They were designed to lay the foundation where we both had it made. I took my street hustle, ghetto mind muscle, put it on a new battlefield to change the game up. But somewhere along the way, it was you that changed up. Thought you had my back till I saw you back up. Wrote me off as a loss instead of coming to walk with me. See the vision that I had for us to achieve. You chose to not believe. You chose to not believe the good, but the worst in me, where God saw the best in me. Opened the doors and opportunities that I didn't even see. And you kept on sleeping. Hit snooze on the bar, believing that the grass was going to be greener somewhere else. Tell me, is it? On the other side of the fence that you tried to straddle, lost your balance when you took that step and fell off. Let the world choose your path, following what they thought, and it cost you a soldier. Shh. Be quiet a minute and listen. The alarm's going off. I know you can hear it, but the time's tocked out. No more ticks to count up. You slept a little too long for this thug nigga to wait up. This hood nigga done rose up. Took my ghetto nigga hustle to raise a real queen up. See, you only saw my cover as a thug and never took the time to open the book up. See, the alarm's done sounding and the chapter is done because you slept on me. See, to really see me, you have to dig deep. Past the surface of what the eyes can see, or you'll always miss the real story, which is the story of me. The alarm's going off. How long will it take for you? to wake up. And that's my hour, y'all. This is my contribution to National Poetry Month. Again, Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 1. Confessions from the Flip Side of Love, Volume 2. Available online along with my other novels. Lulu.com/spotlight/next icon. Or you could just type in Willie Dale Davis IV. The books will come up. Love for the Game, Brutal. Stay tuned for Across the River, and the final chapter of Love for the Game, Endgame, will be done soon. That's my time, y'all. Tune in next week. I don't know what I'm going to be doing because I never know. I used to have a format, but now I'm just I'm getting used to this winging it thing. So tune in next week and we see what we're going to talk about next week. But this is National Poetry Month. Take some time, read some poetry, take some time to write some poetry, take some time to perform some poetry, go to these spoken words events and knock the socks off the audience, yo. Yo, this is your man, Next Icon. I'm about to sign out of here. Y'all have a great week. Remember, you are your power. Stop giving it to somebody else that don't know what to do with it because they don't even know what to do with their own power. Stop giving the key to your destiny to somebody else, yo. This is your man, Next Icon. Y'all, I'm out of here like last year. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Have a great, awesome week. And I will see y'all on Monday. These niggas wanna play with me, thinking they playing